If everybody could please rise and remove your hats. Going to go ahead and give the mic to Super Shane for the prayer, and then go ahead and do the national anthem.
Guys, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here tonight. And before our prayer, I just want to read something very quickly here, just for everybody. Our nation celebrates America 250. We're reminded that America's greatest strength has always been its people. People of faith, hard work, sacrifice, and freedom, and communities that stand together. That's exactly what this racing family does. We may compete on the track, but when life gets hard, we stand beside one another. Tonight, we remember Hunter Brumley. His time with us was far too short, but his memory will forever be part of his racing community. We ask that you continue to keep Hunter's family and friends in your thoughts and prayers. Tonight is a reminder that life is precious. Tomorrow is never promised, and every moment with those we love is a gift. May we encourage one another, love one another, and place our hope in Jesus Christ, whose love gives us hope and that reaches beyond this life. If you're able, as you all are already doing, please stand and remove your hats and join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, as I just read, Lord, we thank you. As together we stand here, one nation under God, celebrating this great country, the sacrifice of many men and women that have fought for our freedom. But Lord, we are thankful for the freedom and the ability to be here tonight to celebrate Independence Day weekend in America 250. Lord, I know it's the temperature's quite hot out there, and I pray that you just keep everybody hydrated, keep everybody safe. Lord, I pray you be with our drivers tonight as they're in those cockpits driving around the track. Lord, that you just keep them cool, be with our employees and be with our fans. And Lord, just let us have a great night of racing. Lord, we know this week has been a hard week for a lot of people. But Lord, let us be reminded that what this earth brings, it's not everlasting. But what you bring is everlasting. And Lord, that we are promised that, Lord, when this life is over, we can have everlasting life with our loved ones. Lord, I pray for Hunter and his family and his friends, Lord. Life too short, but the memories he made will last forever. Lord, we thank you for this great night, and let us have a great night of racing and celebrate America 250 years, and let us not forget the greatest love of them all that you provide to us. In Jesus' name, amen. Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, we're getting ready to send them out for some heat races. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. Let's go racing. All right, first heat race out. B mods are up. It's going to be 8 laps for the heat races. All heat races tonight going to be 8 laps. On the pole is going to be Chet Buckley and the 47. To his outside is going to be Oakley Ragland and the 15R. Row 2, Eric Graves in the 2 and Waylon Dibbett and the 11. Row 3 is going to be Carter Harrison in the 18C and Brian Cook in the 7C. Then around out of the field in the last row is going to be Tracy Wolf in the 21W and Chris Jackson in the 65. So we'll see how this track evolves during the night. First race of the season. Really racy. Both lanes were moving great. Last race, the top seemed to be the more preferred line. Getting that right rear on the cushion. So we'll see how the track moves tonight. It'll be one to watch. It looks like the bottom's a little bit more tacky. Got a little bit more grip down there. So we'll see as they work in that high side just a little bit before we send them green. Last race's race winner, Chris Jackson in the 65. Didn't get the best P draw. He's going to be starting dead last on the field. This is the one and only heat race for the B-Mods. So he won last race, and he's going to have to come from the back here. So that'll be one to watch, is that black and orange 65. Going to be starting last on the field. Winner last race. He's the points leader. Ahead of Chris Rattery. So they're trying to warm up that high side, get it worked in just a little bit more. So have your eyes on that 65 as he tries to make his way through the field. This is all 8 B-Mods for the night, so this will be a good prep for the race on where they're going to end up. So there'll be about 48 laps of action by the time that they come off the track and get to their main. So in 48 laps, the track could change quite a bit. We'll see what lane that they like now. And then when they come out here in about an hour or two, what lane they like then. Here we go. Getting ready to go green for the first heat race of the night for the B-Mods. Gonna do one more lap around. Green flag next time by as they get doubled up. First heat of the night for the high side powder coating B-Mods. First heat of the night. We're getting ready to go. 47 fires and we're racing. Pretty even down into turn one. Everybody fighting for that bottom lane. They're going to be almost 3 wide there for second. Seeing that 15 on the outside. He's working the top side, trying to get that lane working, but it's going to be the 47 at the line. He's going to lead it. 3 cars on the bottom, 1 up top. Not going to be the preferred lane with that slickness up there. Dead even for second at the stripe. Chet, still your leader. Oakley Ragland in the 15. Still trying to work the top side, just isn't able to get clear at the moment. The 11 of Waylon Dimmitt working the bottom to perfection. And already up to 4th, Chris Jackson in the 65. Just trying to go where they aren't. Almost gets his left front into that white tire down there on the bottom. Ooh, Chet makes a mistake. Gets a little bit up the racetrack. Doesn't hurt him too much, though. Great battle for second. Oh, contact. The 15 hard on the outside wall. Bounced off the right rear of Jackson, and around he went. Just a racing deal there. As we got the Show Me Dirt replay on YouTube. If you'd like to go see some replays, go to Show Me Dirt on YouTube. You can take some look, watch some replay action as they went off into turn 3. Jackson on the inside, 15 on the outside, just a tiny touch. And Oakley right rear into the wall. They're talking to him now. As they get Oakley hooked up here. So we got 4 and 4 to go here for the high side powder coating B mods heat race. They're one and only. So hopefully Oakley will be able to get that thing fixed for their main. We're showing a lot of speed on the outside. Seems to be one of the only cars to do it. So Chris Jackson going to go off from the contact there. So we'll finish it with only 6 cars on the track now. Oakley's 15 machine going to be pulled by here. See the right rear damage on it. Hopefully they'll be able to get it fixed. The right rear is pretty torn up. Look like door and right rear has a little bit of knock in it, but hopefully nothing interior on that car. Hopefully it's just exterior, get it able to be fixed. So we're going to go ahead and do the choose cone. Lights are off. We're going to go green this time. So Chet's still out front. on the front row all by his lonesome. Chet fires back green. 4 laps to go. Whalen with a good restart there. But to his outside, Eric Graves in the 2 trying to work it. Got good through the center, but just the exit doesn't seem to have that tackiness on the top side. It does in 3 and 4, though. He's going to have a run and move Eric to second. Still fighting. It looks like bottom 1 and 2, top 3 and 4 could be the preferred lane tonight. Whalen to the bottom, slides up to the middle. But here comes the run from Eric Graves on the outside. Next time by the white flag. 18 throwing some dust up there. You can see how slick it is on the high side. Eric's committed to that top side. And it looks like it could work out for him. He's got a run on Chet. Chet has been near perfect all heat race long, but now to his outside, Eric Graves kind of peeks a nose. 3 cars under a blanket as we head into 3. Does Graves have anything for him? Doesn't look like it. Maybe so. Chet gets the heat race win. 3 cars all within a 1/10 and a half of each other as they cross the line. So Chet Buckley gets the heat race win for the B-Mods. Next up is going to be the Pure Stocks. Here, they got 2 heat races, 8 laps the distance.
Pure Stock, heat number 1. Thank you guys for being here. 8 laps will be your distance.
Alrighty, the Show Me Dirt Pre-Stocks are on track now. Get pushed out there, and that will be on the poles. Going to be Caden Anderson in the 44, and to his outside is going to be Don Moore in the 14C. Row 2 is going to be James Reedus in the 0, and Jeremy Jones in the 50J. In row 3 is going to be Trenton Houston in that Fast 19, and Charlie Sloan in the 5S to round out the field for the Show Me Dirt Pure Stocks Heat Race 1. All right, now we're lined up. Gonna go 1 to go here for their 8 laps. Caden Anderson in the 44. His first night out here at Midway Speedway. Gonna lead him to the green with Don Moore on his outside. Low and slow on the bottom. Didn't look like he fired there. Gonna stack him back up. Possibly don't have his ears on. So I'm gonna try that again. Try it again, low and slow for Caden. He fires, and we're racing for heat race 1. Shows lows to try to get out of the way, but now it's going to be James Reedus in the 0. Going to lead it off at turn 2 with Houston in the 19 just behind. Jeremy Jones in the 50J moves up to the 3rd spot. But the best battle now is for the lead. Houston looking for a gap. Reedus not going to let it have it. Reedus runs right in the middle of the racetrack. Houston going to try the bottom. With these pure stocks, one of the cheaper classes out here, one of the slower classes, which usually creates some of the best racing. And we're seeing it down the backstretch side by side. Houston and Reedus side by side as they exit 4. Still Reedus at the stripe. Houston has a fender in there, just loses that on the exit. James making sure not to give him the outside line. Keep him pinned on the bottom. Houston's trying that very bottom in the dust down there, but he's closest he's been all race long. But it looks like the bottom for the pure stocks is a little bit better on the bottom of 1 and 2, or at least the line that Houston's running. And then it's better on the top side in 3 and 4. Like we saw before. Next time's going to be white flag for James Reedus in the 0, but now Houston's got a nose on exit. We got lap traffic that's going to come into play. It's going to be the 14 of Don Moore. What way does he go? Is somebody going to be able to avoid? That was tight, and James sends it on the outside line. They're still side by side down the back straightaway. Houston has the chance for a slide job. Reedus on the outside. Houston, Reedus at the line. Give it to James Reedus in the 0. Putting on a show for the Show Me Dirt Pure Stocks in the heat race. As they say congratulations to each other. What a race. Putting on a show. Got one more heat race for the pure stocks coming out. Rolling out for heat race 2, Todd Mock in the 8. Gonna lead him to it. Robert White on his outside in the 5. Austin Wilson in the 17, and Trevor Ellington in the 42. Then to round out the field in that green 32 is going to be Richard Adams starting in 5th. So 5 cars for this heat race. As Robert, we're going to try to get him pushed back running. Then try to make it 1 to go as soon as possible. So we saw a photo finish there for the first heat race. Could we possibly see another one for the Show Me Dirt Pure Stocks? Looks like Robert's going to pull off. So we're going to try to line them up. So it'll be the 17 on the outside in second. There we go. Now we're lined back up. Now we're going to be 1 to go. It's going to be a 4-car heat race. And this one could come down to the wire. The only one that didn't benefit from that was Todd Mock in the 8. Everybody else moved up a spot, so that could help him just a little bit. So here we go back for the start. 8 laps the distance. It's going to be the 8 car that leads him to it. Todd Mock in the zone, fires, and we're racing for heat race number 2 for the Pure Stocks. Doesn't get the best start, though. Wilson going to be clear on the exit of 2 already. Barely. So he takes over the lead. Goes to the bottom lane, tries to roll that middle. Mock trying to work that bottom lane, but really sliding. Gets a butt graft down the front straightaway from Trevor in the 42. It's a 3-car battle there for second. Didn't think we'd see some bump grafting tonight. What we did is they're going to get really close there through 3 and 4. Trevor trying to work the bottom lane. Mock in the 8 on the outside, and Adams looking for anywhere to go. Mock drives it in deep on the high side. Still dead even for second. Wilson out front. Trevor trying to get it rotated on the bottom. But a good run. Still side by side at the line. Oh, even with them two running side by side, they're catching Wilson in the 17. Wilson just rolling the bottom lane, not doing much else, and it's worked out for him. But now here comes the 8. On the outside line. Keep in mind, they only get a few laps of practice, so that Mock's figured it out now. He's to the outside of Wilson in the 17. Next time by is going to be the white flag. Does the 42 or 8 have anything for him? It's going to be almost 3 wide down the back straightaway. Maybe not. The drivers thought better of it. Tom Mock in the 8 drives it in there. He's able to get the run. White flag's in the air. Who's going to come back to the stripe and win the second heat race for the Pier Stocks? Wilson in the 17. Biggest gap he's had most of the heat race, but he might lose it at the line here. It's going to be another drag race. Give it to Wilson in the 17. Todd Mock gave it his best effort there to try to steal it. Trevor Ellingson, and the 42, and Richard Adams ends up 4th in it. Well, the Pier Stocks putting on a show. Next up, it'll be the Legends. 16 entries, 8 laps of the distance, 8 cars on track for both heat races. Corey Pope in the 84 is going to lead him to it. Rory Thompson in the 9. Camden Scroggins in the 5, and Chance Gilbert in the 01. Joe Crum in the 18, and Philip Urg in the 2. Casey Martin in the 66, and Austin Aze in the 48 to round off the field. We're getting ready to go green. Corey Pope fires, and we're racing for the Legend cars. Chance Gilbert goes in there when we're going to be 4 wide there for the 5th spot. Ooh, it's getting tight, a little bit of contact. They all keep it running. But Chance Gilbert on the bottom, working that bottom lane, he does, and he's going to take over the 2nd spot. We got a spinner in 3 and 4, but he's going to keep it running. So Chance Gilbert in the 01. Does he have enough time in those 8 laps to go try to get your leader of Kerry Pope? Next battle, oh, contact down the back straightaway. They make contact. One's going to roll over the ramp, and caution's going to wave. Two laps in, 6 laps remaining. Corey Pope able to hold it. Chance Gilbert in 2nd. So he's moved up 2 spots. This could have been a gift for Chance Gilbert in the 01. Also, a driver that runs the Lebanon I-44 Speedway iRacing League, Chance Gilbert. So does it all here. So Camden, that will be his one chance in caution. So he'll be pulled off the racetrack in the 5. Similar to Light McQueen. What do you think about these paint schemes there, race fans? Got the 66, Casey Martin in that Zoinkies, as it says underneath the number. One of the smallest dirt cars you'll see, even smaller than the Hornets. Juice cone there, so we're going to throw the lights dark and set them back green. 6 laps remaining. I was told pre-race, haven't ever seen dirt legends racing in real life, but I heard Pope and Gilbert, if they're up front, they're going to be some of the cars to beat. And right now it is Corey Pope. Going to lead him back to it. Fires back racing. See, they're 3 wide for third there. That's the 66 in the middle. Going to squeak ahead. And he'll take over that third spot. That's be the 48 of Austin on the bottom. Trying to take that from Casey Martin. Now the Legend car is looking to like that bottom lane. Not as much horsepower, but about half the weight of those pier stocks that we saw before. So I don't expect to see them up the racetrack, but with, we could say half fenders. They got fenders on them, but they don't stick out much further than the tire. And we got to move for second. Casey Martin on the inside of Chance Gilbert. He's going to try to take it. So Chance Gilbert back to third. Here comes Austin in the 48. So the 01 drops back to fourth now. Tries to stick with it. Just doesn't have that rear drive. All out front, going to be taking the white flag this time by Corey Pope. No mistakes needed. White flag's waving. One up in the wall, middle of 3 and 4, kind of stuck in it. We're going to do checker flag at the line. It's going to be Corey Pope in the 84 going to heat race win, with Casey Martin second. The 48, Austin Aziz in the 48, and Chance Gilbert in fourth. Then it's the 2 in Philip Uhrig. We're hearing more money for the Midwest mods. So thank you for Larry and Rachel Bromley for their 50 to first place for the Midwest mod second. So thank you to them for throwing in some extra money for the Midwest mods. They were Hunter's grandparents, so awesome for them to be watching. So yeah, Larry and Rachel Bromley. 50 to first, 50 second, next to last 50, and last place an extra 50. So thank you to them for throwing in some extra money for these drivers to go after, put on a show for everybody, and for Hunter, who's up top watching. So as we see the 9 go by, Rory Thompson, right front, not looking the best. But heat race 2 is going to roll out on the racetrack now. 8 laps the distance. Drake Hartzell in the 4S. Trenton Simmons to his outside in the 72S. Row 2 is going to be Libby Martin in the 44. And Daniel Broom in the 88. Row 3 is going to be Keith Moline and Victor Broom in the 87. Rounding out the field is going to be Jet Stovall in the 00 and Jordan Myers in the 68. Call off the start. We got one more rolling out there over the hill. Lights are off, going green this time. Drake and Trenton to lead them to it. They fire. We're racing for heat race 2 of the Legend cars. As they throw it off into turn 1. One thing about these Legend cars, because they're so small and short wheelbase, they're a lot more twitchy than anything else we will see tonight. So as they go off in the corner, they have to be real careful with the throttle control and the way they enter the corners. Still Trenton Simmons in the 72, all out front buying low some. So the best battle on the racetrack is for second. Keith on the bottom of the 33 looking for that bottom to work. It's going to be the 00, Jet Stovall. To the outside, they're going to be real close on the exit of 2, or on the exit of 4, as they exit turn 2 now. Looks pretty even line-wise. So I guess the outside line does seem to work here in these Legend cars. A little bit less power, but it keeps the momentum up. And it's working. But Keith able to make the move to the bottom. He goes to second. But still fighting hard on the outside is that 00. To the bottom. Maybe tries to do a little bump and run, but all out front. Coming to the white flag. Trent Simmons in the 72S. Started second, took the lead. Entering turn 1, and that thing has been on rails. Into 3, we're going to have a spin on the exit of turn 2. 360. Isn't able to keep it going, but Trenton Simmons gets the Heat Race 2 win for the Legend Cars. We had a spin exit of 2. That was 3rd place at the time. Jet Stovall. So as he gets them off the racetrack, going to wet the track just a little bit more. Next up will be the Midwest Mods for their heat race. It'll be 2 races once again. So here's the show coming out. It'll be 9 cars in the first one, 8 cars in the second, 17 entries. And this is a stacked first heat race. A lot of action in this one. Rolling out on the racetrack now. Here's the starting lineup for the Lake Area Liquidators Midwest Mods. Heat 1. Randall Cushing in the 44R. Going to lead him to it. Tyler Knudsen in the 8K. Road 2 is going to be Shannon Geller in the 7G. And Carter Jackson in the 65 JR. Row 3, Caleb Rhodes in the R4. Ian Morissette in the 38. Row 4 is going to be Corey Henson in the 6. And Ben Newell in the 83. Round out the field is going to be Aaron Odell in the 87. That'll be the starting lineup for the Midwest Mods Heat Race 1. Doubling up now, getting ready to send them green. The Midwest Mods, the ones that usually put on the show. Randall Cushing fires, and we're racing for the Lake Area Liquidators Midwest Mods. Early lead for Tyler. Shannon on the bottom, going to have some contact, possibly a right rear down on Shannon's number 7. As everybody's trying to avoid. She's going to pull it down to the infield. And almost 3 wide there is Ben Newell. Runs that bottom in the 83. Now they get pretty spread out. Randall picking up that left front in the 44. As we mentioned last week, just trying to save the left front. It saves some money. But that thing looks tight. And he's going to go around in front of the 38 of Ian. Caution is out on the exit of turn 2. As we get a look at the replay. See the 44 picking up the left front, just gets tight. See the Ian on the bottom of the 38. Gets in there. And Caleb just spins around right in front of the 38. Nowhere to go for Ian. As now we got to get him unhooked. So Tyler Knutson out front in the 8. Then we got Carter Jackson and the 65 JR. Those two are going to be battling all night long for the Midwest Mods. And then the guy that slowly has worked his way through the field after starting 8th is up to 4th, Ben Newell in the 83. We got Caleb Rhodes in that R4. He's in 3rd. He's looking to steal one. So Tyler, this heat race has everybody in the top 5 in the points. Tyler, 2 wins on the season. Carter Jackson, 2nd in points. Shannon Geller was 3rd. Corey Henson, he was in the 6th and 4th, and Ben Newell in the 83 is 5th in points. So this is a big one for points. 2 races. This is race 3. So we finally got him somewhat unhooked there, exit or 2. With the modifieds, you got these front bumpers that stick out. They could touch and get together. Looks like Randall's going to be able to get back rolling. But as we are under caution here, a little bit of what's coming up. July 17th, weekly racing. So come out. We got 2 more races in July. We got the 17th and 31st. Then 2 races in August, August 14th and August 28th. School Spirit Night for August 14th, right before the kids go back to school. Then August 28th, the Raglan Memorial. Then mid-September, September 11th and 12th, it's going to be the Fall Brawl. So 2 nights back-to-back. Friday and Saturday night. That'll be a big one. We're going to go ahead and double them up here at the line. Want to shout out some of our sponsors: Joker Welding, Macadoodles, High Side Powder Coating and Fabrication, Oil Field Services, Rod and Classics, Premier Data Solutions, Lake Area Liquidators, Icon Graphics and Apparel, Spectrum Designs, and Show Me Dirt. Show Me Dirt puts on the show on YouTube. Like I mentioned before, if you want to see some replays, go to YouTube. I think they're live on Facebook for right now for these heat races for free. So if there's an incident, we show the replay on it. Because now we got Randall off the track. And we're hearing from down there, the winner of the Midwest Mods is going to pick a number tonight. Now there's $100 added to that place. The winner picks Christian and Landon Bryant added. So thank you to Christian and Landon for adding that. So the winner is going to pick a random number, add extra $100 for the Midwest Mods. So thank you to Christian and Landon. As we're getting ready to go back green for the Midwest Mods heat race. Tyler still out front. Jackson on the bottom of the 65. Ben Newell trying to rip the inside. On the outside, Caleb Rhodes in the R4. As we saw before, he's going to get cleared now by Chris Jackson, but working the outside line. And if it comes in tonight, he's going to be one to watch. He's got some of the most laps. We see Tyler now in the 8K. He liked it to get his first win of the season in race 1. Looks like he's liking the top side, both ends of the racetrack. Chris Jackson going to kind of run that bottom to middle. Down in 1 and 2. Now he's going to have Ben on the inside. They're both going to roll the inside. Knudsen out front. I will say 3 or 4 cars. Chris Jackson trying to hold off Ben Newell in the 83. And then just behind him, Rhodes in the R4 likes the outside. He's getting a good run. He's going to get to the back bumper of Jackson. Just trying to be nice and easy. Just can't go anywhere. When he's got Ben on his inside when he gets that run. See, he's about a car length back from Ben, drives it in deep into 3. And then now he's to the outside of Chris Jackson. Thinks better of it. Tyler out front, ripping the outside line, which really isn't working for anybody else, both ends of the racetrack. But it's working out for him. He's going to come off at turn 4 and get the Lake Area Liquidators Midwest Mods heat win. And it was a 3-car battle there for second. Jackson. So Tyler, Hunter's uncle, he's able to get the heat win. So cool for Tyler to win it there for Hunter. He's looking to do it twice tonight. Do it here in just a little bit for their main event. So now we got heat 2 rolling out on the racetrack. Derek Cook going to lead him to it in the 7C. To his outside, it's going to be Ryan Hargis in the 25J. Gage Garrett in the 75, and Joe Francis in the 32. Row 3 is going to be Jason Breezy in the 05, and JC Newell in the 84. Then rounding out the field, final row for the Midwest Mods going to be Derek Collins in the 14C and Dylan Damper in the 28D. So at the line, we're going to make them 1 to go. Lights are out. Going green next time by. This one, last heat race was stacked. This one, up to anybody. So we're going to see a lot of colors in this one. Derek and Ryan going to lead them to it. They fire, and we're racing for heat race 2 in the Midwest Mods. 3 wide there for the lead. It's 3 wide for 4th. And they get sorted out down the back straightaway as they head into 3. Early lead goes to Ryan Hargis in the 25J. And in the 75 there, they're trying to hold off Newell in the 84. To the bottom, trying to roll it. see how he goes back to the outside line, trying to get around the 75 of Gage. A really good run there through the middle for Gage. Everybody top three at least migrates to the outside line in 3 and 4. We'll see where they go in 1. It looks like the outside line to be the preferred lane. Newell gets a good run down the hill. I think Newell's found something. Kind of ran the outside, entering the corner, and dove down the racetrack, drove down the banking, and had a good run. Let's see if he goes at it once again. Doesn't do it. We got one going to go around. That was for 4th. That's the 0. Caution. It's going to be the 0-5 of Jason. Goes for a spin. That'll be his one and done, so he'll go back down to the pits. We'll try to get him back running. So, J.C. Newell in the 84. We saw him do it just a few laps ago. Ran the outside on entry, then drove down the racetrack and had a big run on Gage in the 75. If he does that again while they're a little bit slower, he's going to have a chance. Might be able to clear and then set his sights on Ryan Hargis in the 25J. Four laps in, 4 laps to go. We're going to try to go 1 here. Alrighty. Going to go 1 to go here at the line and double them up. We got them doubled. Now we're going to get back running. Halfway done, halfway to go. J.C. Newell, can he do anything on the outside, or is Gage going to try to steal on the bottom, or is Ryan going to hold them both off? Good start for Newell on the outside. Is Gage going to be clear? Kind of puts, oh, there's going to be contact. 3 wide, but Newell able to survive it. Great save from Gage in the middle. JC almost in the outside wall, but able to keep it out of it. That could have been big, but they were able to hold on to it. Did a great job of that. Now, does Newell have anything for that 25 of Ryan Hargis out front? Goes into the corner. No to get it rotated. We're already seeing the track get dark. These cars are putting down rubber already, but it's completely different. The track looks different. 1 and 2, pretty dark. A lot of rubber being put down. 3 and 4, it's still pretty tacky over there. But all out front, Ryan Hargis in the 25J. One last corner, he's going to get the heat race to win for the Lake Area Liquidators Midwest Mods. Hornets out on the racetrack now. It's going to be the 07 of Jordan Goddard. Going to lead them to it, and Justin Day in the 2. Rhett Edgar in the 29, and Clifford Lean in the 27L. Then it's going to be Corbin Mooney in the 2M and Carter Parrish in the X, which is the ribbon on that one. So it's going to be 5 cars. I'm going to miss Corbin, but we're getting ready to go green. Jordan fires, and we're racing for the Midwest Hornets. It's going to be Jordan up the racetrack bumper. They're already leaning on each other. Justin Day on the outside. Jordan throws it in there deep, but Day's going to lead it at the line. Going to be the battle for second now. 29, Rhett Edgar looking for a way around Jordan in the 07. They're getting close, maybe make a little contact as they go down the back straightaway. Getting real close with each other. These are the front wheel drive, so the slick could help them get into the corner. But if they don't have the front wheel grip, they're definitely going to show up the racetrack like the 29 does there as they make contact on the exit of 4. Jordan trying to stick with that left rear, and they're able to on the exit. The bottom seemed to be better there. And 1. Jordan sideways, loses a lot of momentum. Now the 29 able to clear. Rhett drives it in deep, tries to roll the bottom lane. Justin Day in the 2. Out front, but the slick seems to be making these Hornets kind of twitchy. Next time by, it's going to be the white flag. Next time, apologies. Two laps to go there for Justin Day. Brett running really shallow and low. Then we see Jordan kind of throwing it in there, and Day kind of doing both. He's hacking up that left rear as he goes into the corner. We can zoom in on Justin Day. One of the only mini stocks that I've seen is we got one in the outside wall into turn 1. Caution's gonna wave. We're gonna keep her green. See, Justin picks up the left rear, gets that car to rotate, barely spins the tire, and he's gonna get the heat race win for the Midwest Hornets. So as we saw for the modifieds earlier, one of them picks up the left front. That should save some money on left front tire wear. Justin Day does the opposite. He picks up the left rear to save some money on tires. Heat race 2's rolling out on the racetrack now. To lead them to it's going to be Kyle Dunn in the 9D. To his outside is going to be Daniel Barton in the 93. In row 2 is going to be Michael Jurgensen, the second, in the 23. To his outside is going to be Maddox Dunn in the 9. Row 3 is going to be Bobby Mooney in the 3M and Benny Ward in 6 to round out the field. So a lot of new Hornets there as we see the 7 smoking on the exit. Trying to blow off some steam. So here we go. Kyle Dunn, Daniel Barton. Fire, and we're green for heat race 2 of the Midwest Hornets. Somebody already on the chip there. But it's going to be the 9 out front. If you got a 9, you're probably in this heat race for the Hornets, as there's a tiny touch there as they get running. Jurgensen in the 23 Been running that car at Lebanon I-44 Speedway on the asphalt. His first time to bring it out on the dirt. He's trying as the 9 goes to the bottom. And Dunn, they're almost 3 wide as they go off into the corner. Kyle Dunn goes to the bottom. Jurgensen drives it in deep. They are putting on a show for the Hornets. Not sure what Kyle Dunn did there down the back straightaway. Jurgensen drives it in deep. Going to lose a lot of momentum. There's 4 or 5 cars under a blanket. Here goes the 9. Gets in there sideways. And Michael Jurgensen takes the lead. Then they're 3 wide there for second touch. It's the 9 and 3 of Bobby Mooney. And Kyle Dunn, Maddox Dunn, also runs the Young Guns. Cool program that Tim Day puts on. He's going to drop back to 5th. Try to learn for some of the big guys, and they get sideways and save it. So Michael Jurgensen out front in the 23. Then it is the 93 and 3 going to go at it. Everybody in this field has a 9 or a 3 on their car. Daniel Barton holding off Bobby Mooney. Trying to roll the outside line for Mooney. Kind of picks up that left rear, tries to drive back down the racetrack, has a little bit of a run. Where does he go with it? He's trying the outside line. It seems to be working, then he gets a good run down the racetrack. But as he gets back on the gas, it straightens it out with these front wheel drives. White flags in the air for your leader, Michael Jurgensen. Had to make some evasive moves to get around everybody. But he's done it on the asphalt, and he's going to do it on the dirt for the heat race. He gets the heat race 2 win for the Midwest Hornets. Oh, contact as they went into 1. The 3 got in the back of the 93. Not sure if that was an accident or a little bump of displeasure. It's going to be the 23, 93, and 3, your top 3. Rolling on the racetrack's gonna be the Macadoodle Super Stocks. So here we go. Leading into it's gonna be Shannon Lowry in the 76. And Ted Welsheimer in the 21W. Del Berry in the 05. And Sean Clare in the 21C. Kevin Brown in the 112, and Dalton Stab in the 28S. Then rounding out the field is going to be Steve Cushion in the 44S. As we're trying to get the Hornets to get off the racetrack. We're going to also remind the B-Mod drivers to head over to staging to get ready for your feature. 2 heat races for the Super Stocks. They're going to be over quick, so B-Mod drivers head over to the lineup area. Get ready. The lights are out for the Super Stocks. So here we go. Kevin Brown leading the points. He's in this heat race. Mark Davis and Ace O'Neill, 2nd and 3rd in points. They're going to be in the 2nd heat race. So I got a bunch of new of the Super Stocks. Macadoodle Super Stocks Heat Race 1 is green. Great jump from the 21 around the outside. Ted to the early lead in the 21W. Now it's going to be 05 and Del Berry run the inside line. Here comes Kevin Brown trying to get back up to the front of the field. Looking for 2nd now as he made quick work in the 76. So Ted out front, the 05. In 2nd, Kevin Brown. in the 112. The 05 is going to go for a light spin. Dale Berry able to save it, keeps it on the racetrack. He's going to fall back to fourth. Now, Kevin Brown has an opportunity to get his first win on the season. We've seen Mark Davis win race 1. Derek Brown in the 11 got the race 2 win. It's the first night where Tim Brown is not here. So he is looking for his first win on the season as he's looking to run down Ted in the 21W. Don't know if there's enough time, but right now he drives it in really straight and just gets the run on exit. It's worked out for him. Ted's done a great job on entry, kind of keeping it sideways, but the top is the most preferred lane. So it's one thing to catch them, it's another thing to pass them. They're both around the outside line. Kevin's going to have to run a different line if he wants to get around them. We could see a big run go to the bottom, but he's going to go roll the inside line for now. And it's worked out for him. Kevin always has a lot of drive in that 112. As you can see right here on the corner exit, he does. He's going to pull away and get around Ted. So move Kevin Brown into the lead. White flags waving. Does Ted have anything up his sleeve to try to get back around him? He does. There on the entry. But lose it there. We got one around, middle of 3 and 4. Caution waves. So it was the 112, 21, 05, 21, and 76. All right, it'll be green and white together. Could be a one-lap shootout, single file. Ted led every lap, but the last two. Can he get back around Kevin Brown? Does Dale Berry have anything for him? We're going to find out. Green and white's out. One lap remaining. They all fight for the bottom as they go through 1 and 2. Going to be 05 and 21 battling there for a second. But all the way, all by his lonesome, it's going to be Kevin Brown gets the heat race win for the Super Stocks. Alrighty, it'll be the final heat race of the night coming up. Gonna wet the track just a tiny bit. What you guys been thinking about the racing so far? We got 45 minutes until the fireworks are going to go off, so we're probably going to get a heat race in and the first feature of the night with the B-Mods. Then we're going to light some fireworks on the exit of 4, or entering 3, just over that hill behind all the billboards on the back straightaway. All right, race fans, while we're getting the track down, I want to see what we're more excited for, the features coming up or the fireworks. So go ahead, give a cheer Who wants to see the races more? Alrighty. Who wants to see the fireworks? There we go. So keep it down. Set a timer for 9:25. We're going to be lighting off the fireworks no matter what at 9:30. So note that down. We got Draven down there. He's been waving the flags. Give a wave there, Draven. There you go in the red shirt. Entry middle of front straightaway. Honorary flag boy, we'll call him. Keith's mini-me. He got about as much hair as Keith, so. Yeah, just about. Alrighty. Last pass of the little water truck. Now we're going to be sending out the final heat race for the Super Stocks. All right, as we get them off the Macadoodle Super Stocks. Heat 2 on the racetrack. We're going to let them work in the racetrack just a little bit. Start them on the top, then work them down the racetrack. Try to get this thing racy for you guys tonight. going to go ahead and double him up here, try to work on the racetrack. We got officials down the back straightaway, one in the colored overalls. He is ready for tomorrow night. There he is. Look at that beauty. Joe down there looking all good in the overalls. Make sure this track is all prepped and ready. We're trying to work in the track. Probably another lap or two around. Well, this is a stacked heat race. Mark Davis in the 56. He's been the super stocks. He won the first one, second in points, trying to get Kevin Brown, so he's going to have to match him and win this heat race if he's wanting to try to keep that same distance in the points. Only 10 behind. He won the first main, first feature of the season. Going to try to do it again, but we got Logan in the 16. He did a good job there in that first one. Really run the outside line, runs a unique outside line. Got Ace O'Neill in the 2A. He's third in points, 50 back from Kevin. We might be getting ready to run him here. Heard over the radio, let him slide, so I'll go ahead and give you guys the lineup. Ryan Shackles in the 43, and Mark Davis to his outside in the 56. Row 2 is going to be Terry Williams in the 27, and Logan Thompson in the 16. Then rounding out the field, final row is going to be Ace O'Neill in the 2A, and Brian Shroot in the 51. Lights are out. This time by. Green gonna be next time by. So 8 laps the distance. Final heat of the night. Then we'll get some then we're gonna get some B mods out on the racetrack and then do some fireworks. So here we go. Ryan and Mark gonna lead them to it. Here we go. Into the zone. Ryan fires and we're racing for heat race 2 of the McIntyre Super Stocks. Big dive into turn number 1. Mark Davis gonna try to get to the outside. Almost gonna be put in the wall. There's gonna be one up and over on the back straightaway. Red is out. Big problems there. Down the back straightaway. Red flag is out. If you're on the back straightaway, let the track officials do their job. It was a tight squeeze on the exit of 2. So we got the replay. Ryan So it looked like Ryan just didn't know he was there. Mark Davis in the 56 was on his outside. Nowhere for him to go. But the right side of that 43 was pushed in. You got Mark Davis with a left side door damage. Ace O'Neill, he had damage. Let's take another look at it here on the Show Me Dirt replay. We might still be live on Facebook. I'm not too sure if you guys want to take a look at it. Mark just barely put in the fence, and the 43 went up and over. Logan just touched the door. Driver is out of the car, so go ahead. Get a round of applause. He's safe and okay. Out of the car. After a tumble down the back straightaway. Went up and over. Got hit while he was on his roof. See all the track officials trying to get him flipped back over. Get that car off the racetrack. Doing as good of a job as he can. So Ryan Chickles. Big tumble.
Fans, we are getting ready to give you a pre-fireworks show here. Thanks to some fuel on the track. So get you guys ready for our fireworks show later on. So
Pier stocks, head over to the starting area to get lined up for your A feature. Pier stocks over to staging. There's a fire we're going to get out of the way. Early. 3 cars left in the race. This will be the 27 of Terry Williams, Ace O'Neill in the 2A, and the 51. We're trying to decide something here up top. And the 51, Brian Shute. Alrighty, we're going to get back running here. Terry fires, back green. 3 wide, almost into turn 1. No contact there, but it's going to be Ace O'Neill on the outside. Going to try to get to the outside of Terry Williams. I think everybody's going to be a little bit cautious here, seeing after that one. Terry has the advantage. So it's a 3-car battle for the lead. They're really going after it. See Terry kind of in the middle. Ace on the top, and the 51 all the bottom. Ryan swaps to the bottom lane, gonna go all the way to the bottom, Ace all the way to the top, and Terry to the middle. We see all 3 lanes working right now. Ace got the high side to work and almost stole one from Mark Davis in the race 1 of the season. Can he do it again in this heat race? coming back. To be 2 to go here at the line. So this time by is going to be the white flag. The 27, Terry Williams. Ace O'Neill. Ace way up the racetrack, kind of up in the slick, but gets a big run down the racetrack. He could, that could be learning, but Terry Williams gets the heat race win for the Superstocks. Now we got the B mods for their A feature. It'll be a total of 9. Chet Buckley in the 47, and Eric Graves to his outside in the 2. Waylon Dimmitt in the 11, and Tracy Wolf in the 21W. Carter Harrison in the 18C, and Brian Cook in the 7C. Chris Jackson in the 65, and Oakland Ragland. And around out the field, it's going to be Adriel Shepard in the 55, who stopped on the back straightaway. Here we go. First A feature of the night. High side powder coating and fabrication B mods. Let's light this candle. Chet Buckley fires and we're green. Two wide as they go down back straightaway for the lead. That's Waylon Dimmitt in the 11. They're 3 wide for 4th. Jackson all the way on the bottom trying to make it work, but it's going to be Waylon gonna lead it. At the line, there's going to be Eric around almost in the 2. They all stay off of each other, and we might stay green. Nope, caution's going to wave, but great job from the drivers avoiding it. No contact during that whole thing, as we were 2.5 wide for the lead and 3 wide for 4th. See, on the Show Me Do It replay, Eric Graves in the 2 gets into the racetrack, tries to stay off of Chet in the 47, spun all by himself, and around he went. Here we go. Going to try it once again. Waylon Dimmitt took the lead. He's going to wait, be a little bit patient to fire. Green flag. We're going to see what lane comes into play. A little bit of touch between the two. In the back, the Eric Graves gets some air with the right rear. That could have been big, similar to what we had happen with the flip and the super stocks. But everybody's staying running. Waylon Dimmitt still out front in the 11. That's where Chris Jackson started. 7th on the field. Gonna try to run him down. 15 laps for this feature, and I think about 12 to go. So he's got plenty of time if he is faster to get there. He's really up on that high side, which I think we'll see from the Midwest mods here in a little bit. Jackson to the bottom in turn 1. Chet Buckley in the 47 and 3rd. We're going to see if that gap starts to shorten now. The best battle on the track is going to be down the front straightaway as Eric pulls over. I think he's got a right rear flat. He does, right rear flat for Eric Graves, so he goes off the racetrack. 7 goes around in front of your leaders on the front straightaway. Going to try to stay out of the way. Because we're seeing the track evolution like I talked about at the beginning of the night. We saw them kind of like the bottom lane in the heat race. And now they're up to the top of the racetrack. A little bit of lap traffic for Chris Jackson. Ooh, big. Having to avoid. Thought about going to the bottom there, then realized probably not the best decision. Off into 3. That's going to check up Jackson just for a little bit. In that black and red and orange 65. He's like in the bottom in turn 1. Waylon's really got that high side working, but the track is starting to slick off a lot more than what we thought, similar to race 2 than race 1. It's opened up. Whatever car's got more drive in it. So Waylon's really got that as we zoom in on him. And see how that car nice and steady, really isn't all over the place, having to throw it in the corner. Gets it sideways, floats it in. He's got just enough rear drive, and when I talk about drive, I'm meaning as soon as you're able to get in the gas, the car starts to go forward. It's not spinning tires like a dirt car off the line. The drive pushes you forward, so he's got plenty of it. He's got a battle. It's going to be a lap car, the 7. Going to be in the way just a little bit. Brian Cook in front of the 47 and 18. They're going to try to fight to the bottom. That's the best battle on the track is for 3rd. Carter Harrison trying to find a way around Chet Buckley. They've been racing their hearts out there for 3rd, having a good battle between the two of them. Always fun, even if you don't have the lead or 2nd. Always fun to have battling for a spot with somebody, but it's Waylon Dimmitt all outs front by at least a straightaway. Got the lead early and never looked back. He's going to win the high side power coating and fabrication B-Mod feature of the night. Chris Jackson in 2nd. Chet comes home in 3rd. The 18 Sia Carter Harrison comes home 4th. The 21 Tracy Wolf comes home 5th. And the 7 of Brian Cook comes home in 6th. Pierce Doc's going to be up next. We saw that they put on a show. It's going to be 11 of them. They put on a photo finish for the Heat 1 finish. But he's got his helmet off, going to be climbing out of the car here in a second. And here he comes. Waylon Dimmitt is going to get the B-Mod win here tonight at Lebanon Midway Speedway. Got the check underneath the helmet as he rolls off the track. Waylon Dimmitt. Now we got the pier stocks lining up here, getting ready to go. Let's work the track just a tiny bit to make it a little less slick before we get rolling. But here we are, rolling on the racetrack. So on the pole, it's going to be James Regis in the 0. Austin Wilson in the 17 to his outside. Row 2 is going to be Trenton Houston in the 19 and Todd Mock in the 8. Row 3 is going to be Jeremy Jones in the 50J. And to his outside is going to be Trevor Ellingson in the 42. Row 4 is going to be Charlie Sloan in the 5S and Richard Adams in the 32. Row 5 is going to be Don Moore in the 14C and Caden Anderson in the 44. Then rounding out the field is going to be Robert White in the 5. So go ahead. This could be the best race of the night. We saw a photo finish in Heat Race 1 for them. So go ahead, bump your neighbor, make a friendly wager. This one could be a fun one. So we're going to finish off this main event here. Then we're going to do a memorial lap for Hunter. And then we're going to light some fireworks. Lights are out. Here we go. The Show Me Dirt Pure Stocks, race 3. James Reedus, Austin Wilson, fire, and we're racing. Where's the 3 wide going to be? It's going to be about for the third to fourth. 32 almost around, but it's 6 cars now diving off into 3. Remember, 15 laps the distance. 42 Trevor Ellingson trying to work the bottom there. Won the 5S way up the racetrack, but now we got one for the lead. We saw them in the heat race, and we're seeing it now. James Reedus, we got a caution 1 around. Exit of turn 2. 1 lap down, it's Don Moore in the 14C. Gets her back whipped around. So we'll try to get them back going as soon as possible. We'll go 1 to go here at the line. Trying to get it sorted real quick. Alrighty, now we're doubled up here. We're going green. James Reedus all alone on the front. Fires back green. Good restart by Trenton Houston in the 19, still looking for it. Trenton Houston on the bottom. He's tried it in the heat race. We saw he was just as fast as James in the 0. So he's been behind him most of the night that they've raced. As we're side by side there for 3rd, 5th, and 7th. Caution's out. We got another spin off of turn 2. All by himself. The 5S of Charlie Sloan. We're going to choose here and go 1 to go. Waving it off, waving it off. Gonna wave it off. Drivers still learning the choose cone. New for this season. So these drivers are still learning it. They're all trying to take advantage of the choose cone. Now we're lined up. Now we're going to head and let them choose. They all get to choose. 32 chooses the bottom. 5 chooses top. 14 goes to the bottom. All right, now we got them all sorted. You know, they're all race car drivers, and as a race car driver myself, they're not the smartest. So once you put the helmet on, you lose a lot of blood through the head once you put the chin strap on. So we're trying to learn how to count still here for the pier stock. So we're running, getting ready to run. James Reed is still leading back to it. Here we go. Back green. Now does Houston. After that caution, everybody got a little antsy probably to get back running. Here goes Trevor through the middle in the 42. There's contact. The 8 and 42, and one goes almost in the air. That's the 5S. Up in the air, and 3 and 4, caution's going to wave as the 14 and 5S make contact. Everybody's going to go around, and we're going to have to re-rack them once again. We're going to have to re-rack them. Pier stocks, we got to herd them like cows to get back lined up. Don't listen very well, and they're very stubborn. 3 laps down, 12 laps to go. Alrighty. Lights are out. We're going green this time. Here we go. Green, here we go. 6 cars remaining. James Reedus, not a good restart, waves them off. One parked on the back straightaway, 32. Here we go. Gonna try it once again. James Reedus Houston, Wilson, the top three. Fire back green. Houston with a good restart. Wilson back to third early. Dare I say it, who will be the next caution? They're 3 wide trying there at the back. The 50J, the 5, and the 32, all 3 wide. Trevor Ellingson on the inside of Austin Wilson in the 17. And Houston trying to find a lane that works to get around James Reedus. But they are going at it here. Battle is for third now, back for the 5th spot. Houston, I think, has found a little bit on entry. And down the back straightaway, he's got motor in that thing. Keep in mind, James Reedus has won both the races so far this season. Nobody else on the Peter Stocks has got one. He's leading the points, got both wins. Mason Beck is not here in the 41, but Trenton Houston, 70 points behind. He's third in points, so he's looking for a good point stay. And if he's able to beat that 0, as there's contact down the front straightaway between Wilson and the 50. They touch, but they save it. No caution. We're coming to the halfway point of this one. Halfway is out. And Houston has got Reedus in the 0. So he's been working the outside lane. We saw it in the heat race. He likes the outside line. That car handles great. Entry, it kind of falls away right through the center, and then about 2/3 to the corner, it gains all that speed back once again. So if he's able to get there, where does he go? Reedus has been running right through the middle, so it'll be hard to pass him on the bottom. It'll be hard to sneak to his right rear, but Houston keeps trying it. On one of these corners, if that thing hooks up, Reedus is going to be under fire. He is all the way till entry. These pure stocks got a bumper on him, so we're going to see it down the front straightaway. A little bump draft. There was a touch from Houston trying to get Reedus into the corner. Houston's doing all he can. Waiting for him to just try an attempt on the bottom just to see if it's worked. Like we're going to see it now. He's going to go to the bottom. There's when he makes that move just to try the bottom to see if it works. And it did that corner. He's going to be dead even. He's got a fender there to the door. He's trying it now. Did not work in 3 and 4, though. He's going to have to reel him back in. Goes back to the high side. So it looks like in turn 1, the bottom works. 3 and 4, it does not. It's going to be the white flag in the air for James Reedus. Does Houston have anything for him? They go off into 1. Houston way up on the outside of the racetrack. Doesn't get the big run that he's needed. Into 3 and 4. James Reedus is going to win the first 3 races of the season and gets the Pure Stock win. Show me dirt. Pure Stocks undefeated in 2026 for James Reedus in that 0. He's had all the pressure to try to hold the whole field off every race. It's been close, but he's not been beat yet as he pulls down to the Gardner victory lane. Jane's running up there, giving his check away to a young fan down there. That's cool to see. Give him a big round of applause. Little man in red gets the big check. James said he's got a few of those, so he decided to go ahead and give them to a lucky fan there. Legends rolling up on the track now for their A feature. Gonna do the little lineup now. On the pole, it's gonna be Casey Martin in the 66 and Trenton Simmons in the 72. S2 is outside. Row 2 is gonna be Keith Moline in the 33 and Corey Pope in the 84. In row 3 is gonna be Austin Aziz in the 48 and Daniel Broomy in the 88. In row 4 is going to be Victor Rumi in the 87 and Jordan Myers in the 68. Row 5 is going to be Chance Gilbert in the 01. And in 10th is going to be Philip Erg in the 2. Libby Martin in the 44 in 11th. Jet Stovall in the 00 in 12th. Rory Thompson in the 9 starting 13th. Joe Crum in that number 18, starting 14th. Drake Hartzell in that 4S, starting 15th. And Camden Scroggins in the 5 is going to round out the field for the Legends Car A feature. So here we go. I'm gonna get them out here and ready. Haven't seen Legend cars all season long. If they put on a show, we might end up bringing them back here. It's all in the heat races. They got pretty racy. With it being a little bit smaller, they could possibly get 4, maybe 5 wide down the back straightaway. All coming to a stop now. Here we go. 16 cars. Legends A feature. Casey Martin in the 66. Trenton Simmons in the 72S. Going to lead him to it. Casey fires, and we're racing for the Legend Cars A feature. The Bees roll off into turn 1 and 2. It's a battle for the lead. Casey on the outside now. Trenton on the bottom. Looking like the bottom preferred lane. One's going to go around with his brake lights are on. We're staying green for the moment, and caution waves off of 4 on the bottom of the racetrack. And there's 2 stop middle of the back straightaway now. Not sure what happened there. Black 9 of Rory Thompson and the 18 yellow 18. Looks like the right front might be broke on that car. The drivers are talking to each other, using polite sign language for the moment. The 9 has a left rear tire down. The right front on the 18 is definitely broke. So we're going to try to get them off the racetrack or fixed and get back out there. One unique thing that you see on the Legend cars, they do have doors. So instead of climbing out the window like you see in Dukes of Hazzard, they got doors so they're easy to get out of. Gonna back up to them. One lap completed. It'll be 14 laps to go. So up next will be the Midwest Mods. 17 laps the distance. It'll be Hornets and Super Stocks for 15. So the Midwest Mods were the ones that Tim Day threw out there about having an extra $1,000 on the line for them if they were able to run green. They went off into turn one and a big pile up. So we'll see if Tim wants to put up that offer again to those drivers, or if they might be a little bit cleaner, especially than what we saw in the heat race. So the Midwest Mods, like I said before, the ones that usually put on the show, whether them racing or driving into each other and letting the elbows out. So they're going to put on a show after these Legend cars. We're going to go ahead and single file them up and then try to get them back running, double them up with that choose cone. See if the Legends understand the choose cone a little bit better than we saw from the Pure Stocks. Looks like they're just going to go ahead and double up. To go at the line. We're going green this time by. Going green now, 14 laps to go. You're ready to go, 66 fires, back green. They dive off into turn one. Jordan Myers in the 66. Took the lead, now he's under pressure between the 84 and 72 right behind him. Casey Martin, out front. Well, we got 7 cars under a blanket all in the same straightaway of each other. Casey Martin trying to defend on the bottom. It's going to be Trenton Simmon on the bottom trying to roll it. The 84, Corey Hope. Corey Pope going to roll to the back bumper. It seems like that bottom lane's the one to be preferred. As long as you get it slowed down, but the one that's sending it on that high side's that 00. Way up the racetrack. He's got that thing wound up on the high side. We got a 4-car battle for the lead. Trenton Simon out front. able to clear, but still Casey Martin to his right and rear, and he's got somebody on his outside. That's the 00 really working that outside line. He's committed to that top side, and it's working out for him right now. I don't think anybody's got enough to try it, but the way he enters the corner, it's such a short wheelbase, it works out for him. Able to drive in there kind of straight, drive through the center of the corner, and gets a good run on exit. They're about half the weight and about half the power of the pure stocks or super stocks. But they're racing pretty similar to them, as we're going to have some lap traffic. That's going to be the 5, that Light McQueen looking car. They're going to try to split them as they go off into 1. Simon trying to navigate it, going to be on the bottom. They're splitting them, and they're side by side for the lead. Lap 10, 5 laps to go. The race is for the lead. There's still 5 cars all on the same straightaway of each other. Side-by-side battle for the lead, side-by-side battle for third. Simon still doing a good job on that bottom, but the 00 is not giving up on the high side. It's worked out for him so far. Why leave it? Something's working. Don't leave it. He's starting to lose, though, on it. And I think he's just committed to it now, where he's not going to be able to get clear. Doesn't want a chance chopping somebody. But he gets a good run down that straightaway. Corey Pope in the 84. Ooh, jumps the cushion in that 00. Corey Pope goes into the second spot. Now on the bottom. And they're searching for grip right around that bottom. White flag in the air, final set of corners. Trenton Simon in the 72 took the lead. Whoa, we got one around. But Trenton Simon gets the win for the Legend Cars. How about that? The Legend Cars putting on a show. Well, race fans, what do you guys think about the Legend Cars? Should we bring them back out? A few races more? Trenton Simon going to go to that Gardner victory lane. After doing a great job holding them on. Hold them, all of them off. Got the check and climb out of the car now. Taking his helmet off. Trenton Simon in the 72S gets the win for the Legend Cars. Now, personal opinion, I think we should bring Legend Cars back. They put on a great show. There was 5 cars on the same straightaway racing each other till the end. Alrighty. Alrighty. I'm not too sure if the mic is hooked up, but I have a co-announcer, hopefully for the rest of the night. Got Sam Douglas, runs a bando at the Lebanon I-44 Speedway. Sam, how's it going? He just pulled up here into the booth, so he's going to help me announce the rest of the night. I don't know if it picks up on the Show Me Dirt replay, but we're going to have the Lake Area Liquidators Midwest mods roll out on the racetrack. So after the track gets wet, we're going to get them the rundown. Sam, you go ahead and read the even rows, and I'll say the odds, all right? All right. To his outside is going to be Tyler Knudsen. Hargis. To his outside is going to be Ben Newell in the 83. In row 3 is going to be Carter Jackson in the 65 JR. And 6 is going to be Joe Francis in the 32. In row 4 is going to be Aaron Odell in the 87. To his outside is going to be the R4 of Caleb Rhodes. In row 5 is going to be Dylan Damper in the 28D. Gage Garut in the 75. In 11 is going to be Corey Henson in the 6. In 12th is going to be Derek Cook in the 7C. Jason Breezy in the 05 and 13th. And Ian Morissette in the 38. In 15 is going to be Randall Cushing in the 44R. Derek Collins in the 14C. And rounding out the field is going to be Shannon Geller in the 7G. So, Sam, what main event have you been able to see tonight? So, out of all of them, what's been the best show so far? Do you think that we're going to see a little bit better show tonight? Legends were your favorite? They are your iNext teammate, I guess. iNext Bandos and iNext Legends, so we'll see if that comes into play. But I would say anybody in the top 5 in this one probably can win it. And if they start getting together, I think Caleb Rhodes has a good chance. Corey Henson was fast before. He's a little bit further back than he would like. So I think, really, it's going to be a good show for these Midwest mods. We got the track a little bit wetter than it was. So we're going to see them do battle here. And if that high side comes back into play or that bottom stays working, we're going to get them double up here and go green this next time by. Lights are going to go out 17 the distance. So we're going to let him rip once again, try to work the track in just a little bit more. So Tyler, in that 8K, he's won both features this season. For these Midwest mods. He's leading the points with Carter Jackson, 90 points behind. And that 65, Shannon Geller, going to be last on the field, so she's going to have to make up some spots here. Corey Henson in the 6 is 4th in points, and Ben Newell in that 83 is looking to gain some points there. He's going to be 5th in points. So Tyler was a family member, a hunter, a lot on the line, did the pace laps, the memorial lap. He's looking to get one for Hunter tonight. Looking to go 3 in a row. Does anybody have anything for him? And we're green for the Lake Area Liquidators Midwest Mods. JC Newell has a nose as they go down the back straightaway with Tyler on that outside line. We know he likes that top side. It's been the most preferred lane of the night. And he's going to have it at the line with JC just underneath him. JC and Newell, you got to have the 75 around on the exit of turn 2 through the dust. No caution yet. We're staying green. Tyler still has it at the line. JC Newell in 2nd. The 25 of Ryan Hargis in 3rd. And Ben Newell in the 83 in 4th. Chris Jackson trying to get up there. He's in 5th. That 75 is a lap car, so they're going to have to navigate that now. Carter Jackson in the 65, my apologies. But now we're seeing Tyler all over that high side. The first 2 races of the night, first 2 races of the season, he's been on that high side and really hasn't left it all season long. It's been his bread and butter. And right now, JC looks to have the speed to try to stay with him. And there's lap traffic going to be in the way. That's the 14 of Derek Collins. That's going to be some lap traffic to navigate. Now here goes JC to the bottom. Side by side for the lead. Tyler way up the racetrack. The bottom just is not working for JC. Tyler Knudsen all up on the cushion, trying not to jump it, can't make the mistake. JC has him right in his sights. He's got 2 down the back straightaway stopped. And they're racing all over the place there from 4th on back. Not going to throw the yellow yet. 75 pulls in and we're staying green. It's still green. Drivers, I think they both thought it was the caution. They both checked up. Tyler goes back to 2nd. JC Newell goes to the lead. So Tyler's going to have to find his way back around. He looked to be better. Now he's going to have to try to get back around him. He did it before, working the outside lane. He was 6th in race 2. And he's going to have to do it again. Trying to make that pass for the lead. But laps are running down. See him get up the racetrack, kind of in that slick, right where the dust is. Almost jumps the cushion. But he's doing all he can. Just behind him is going to be Ryan Hargis in the 25. He's in 3rd. Then Ben Newell in the 83. Just behind. JC gets checked up by the lap car. Collins. Tyler to the bottom. Almost gets in the back of him, uses the bumper. And kind of flare that left rear fender out. Just wasn't able to stay there. Tyler now clears now. Free track in front of him. Sam, what are you seeing so far?
Lots of good racing.
Lots of good racing from Sam. They're all trying to navigate some lap traffic. This main is going a lot better than we saw from a few weeks ago in race 2 for the Midwest Mods. JC trying to navigate some more lap traffic. And it is a mess behind them. Ben Newell, Carter Jackson in 65. They're about 4 wide off of 2 right now. Entering 3. Next time by is going to be the white flag for JC Newell. 1 to go. White flags in the air for JC Newell. Started on the pole, won his heat race, took the lead from Tyler, and has set sail. Got a straightaway on him now. JC Newell is going to come off of turn 4, and he's going to get the win for the Lake Area Liquidators Midwest Mods. So JC gets it done. Not in the top 5 in points, but the first one to be able to beat Tyler Knutson so far this season. Knutson. So JC pulls down into victory lane. Gets the window net down, takes his helmet off. He climbs out of the car now. JC Newell in the 84. Climbing out. He's in Gardner victory lane. Got little dude on top of the roof with the check. So they're going to get their picture taken. Next up is going to be 15 laps for the Hornets. Going to be 12 of them. Got a packed show, and I think we could see a great battle for the win in this next one. Justin Day going to have to try to fight off Michael Jurgensen in the 23. Justin, one of the best Hornets in the Midwest, but now he's got probably the other best Hornet in the Midwest in Jurgensen in that 23. Used to be driven by Nick Bradshaw. Now doing an honor for him, driving that thing. Whatever race, it feels like running. So it's going to be a battle to the end here for these Hornets. All right, I'll give you a rundown of the field. It's going to be Michael Jurgensen in the 23 and Justin Day in the 2.
We got Red Edgar in number 3 and Daniel Barton on 4.
Bobby Mooney in the 3M and Jordan Goddard in the 07. Kyle Dunn in the 9D. Clifford Lean in the 27L. Maddox Dunn in the 9. Carter Parrish in the X. It's going to be Benny Ward in the 7. and Corbin Mooney in the 2M. Had my buddy Holton there announce the second row. So Holt wanted to be on the mic. He gave a few announcements. Pace car lights are out. We're going green this time by for the Midwest Hornets. Justin Day, Michael Jurgensen going to lead them to it. Nope. Caution lights are back on. Going to try to get back out there. Waiting for one more. There he comes on the racetrack now. Here we go. Now caution lights are out. Now we're getting ready to go green. Alrighty, here we go. Michael Jurgensen, Justin Day to lead him to it. Jurgensen fires, and we're green for the Midwest Hornets. Justin Day able to clear. They make contact. Jurgensen almost around, saves it. Almost got turned by the 29 all over the back bumper of him. Almost drove through him. That was Rhett Edgar in the back of Michael Jurgensen. But luckily, he was able to easy save for these for the front wheel drives. That was the 07 sideways. There's going to be almost some more contact. Jurgensen just trying to get the tires back underneath that thing. But Justin Day to the early advantage. Rhett Edgar in the 29 in second. Jurgensen in third now. Just behind is Jordan Goddard in the 07. Trying to look for a way around Jurgensen in 23 as they're going to go side by side down the back straightaway into 3. Jurgensen with a nose. So 3's front wheel drives. You've seen the crazy saves because as soon as you get sideways with the front wheel drive, just get wide open and it'll straighten out. But with the slick, it's able to help him kind of get sideways and help drive through it. They're still side by side for third. The 07 on the bottom, Goddard. Jurgensen on the outside of the 23. A little bit further back to the 93 and 3 battling behind them. Everybody's got a battle buddy for the moment. Other than Justin Day all out front. We might get some lap traffic. That's Benny Ward in the 7 that Justin Day might have to get around here soon. But they're still battling for the 3rd spot. 5th is a battle. Let's see that American painted number 7 of Benny Ward to get past the lap by Justin Day. Working lap 5. Still the battle is for 3rd between Jurgensen and Goddard. Goddard's been looking for a way around. He has the motor, just doesn't have the turn that Jurgensen does. He's able to throw it in the corner a little bit better. Now Goddard to the inside. Jurgensen made the mistake. Got a little bit too sideways and had to catch it. Goddard's working that inside line. Benny on the outside. They're going to try to split him. Lap traffic's going to be a factor. Jurgensen throws it in sideways. Throws a slider on the 7. But Goddard now has a nose and a 3. Jurgensen trying to hold him down is not giving away that 3rd spot. Getting it sideways. I think the slick makes these mini stocks have a little bit better race. But now Goddard clears for that 3rd spot. Jurgensen gonna just feel the back bumper just a little bit. Just gonna give him a little touch. Now thinking about using the bumper, I think. He's working the high side. He's getting all over the outside wall. You see the gap there on the speed shot from Justin Day. He's already exiting 2. This is the battle for 3rd on the exit of 4. So Day with a commanding lead. Still, the battle is for 3rd. A little bit behind him is the 93 of Daniel Barton. He's trying to hold off. the 2M of Corbin Mooney. Next time by is going to be the white flag for your leader, Justin Day. Off of 4. See Keith waving the white flag for Justin Day. Flipped it about a month and a bit ago. Got it back. New wrap on it for this special weekend. Justin Day is going to come off at turn 4, win the Midwest Hornet here at Lebanon Midway Speedway. So Justin Day gets the win with the 29 of Edgar coming home in second. It was the 07 of Jordan Goddard. And then Michael Jurgensen comes home fourth. The 93 of Daniel Barton rounds out the top 5. One more coming up, and it's the Super Stocks. Closest points battle between everybody. We saw a flip from the Super Stocks in the final heat race of the night. So we're going to see if they improve at all. Kevin Brown looking for his first win on the season. Justin Day got his helmet off. He's climbing out of the car now. Justin Day is your winner here for the Hornets. So, Sam, we know that you race out at the asphalt track. You run some bandos. Out of all the classes tonight and all the different cars, if you had to run a dirt car, what would you pick to run?
Best competition, probably a super stock, but I would like to run a Midwest mod.
Midwest mod. All right, do some of the bigger classes, put on a show for everybody. Super stocks, good choice, really competitive. I think Sam would be good at it. I've seen him have a few good saves there in the bandos. But all righty. Super stocks are rolling out on the racetrack now. Here's the lineup for the Macadoodle Super Stocks. Kevin Brand on the pole. To his outside is going to be Terry Williams in the 27. Row 2 is going to be Ace O'Neill in the 2A and Dale Berry in the 05. Brian Shute in the 51. And Ted Walshammer in the 21W. Mark Davis in the 56 starting 7th. Your points leader to his outside. It's going to be Sean Clare in the 21C. Shannon Lowry in the 76. To his outside, it's going to be Logan Thompson in the 16. Ryan Schickles in the 43, who was up and over last race. Not going to be able to start this one. Dalton Stab and Steve Cushing in the 44S. Here we go. 15 laps of the distance. Kevin fires, and we're racing for the Super Stocks. As they go off of turn 1. Kevin with the early advantage. And the rest of the field fighting for a hold. Terry Williams on the outside line. There's contact a little bit further back. That's Ted in the 21. But early advantage. Ace O'Neill goes to second. He's able to get around Terry Williams on that outside line. We saw Ace make it close in that first race. Can he do the same tonight and try to steal one from Kevin? Mark Davis in the 56. Caution is out. One around in the middle of 3 and 4. We had the first caution of the night. All righty, going back green now. Still out front, Kevin Brown. Got Ace O'Neill in second behind him. Terry Williams in the 27. Going to be third. Kevin fires back green. Does anybody have anything for Kevin as they fight all for the bottom down in turn 1? Mark Davis, the points leader, in 5th. He's looking for a gap to try to get into. 2 laps down. 13 now to go. Ace now has his sights set on that 112. He prefers that outside line, but right now that bottom has been the more dominant line. It's a battle for third there. As they come across the line, little touch from the 51 and 27. Caution waves. We got one spun on the exit of turn 2. Four laps down, 11 laps to go the distance. Alrighty, 11 laps to go. If Ace gets a few laps in, he might be able to try to run down Kevin, but Kevin fires early that time, but Ace with a great restart. He's going to be all over his back bumper going into turn 1. Here goes Mark Davis. He's finally up there in third. but Ace is going to have to put the work in. Terry Williams on the outside of the 27. Mark Davis involved in that flip earlier in the heat race. He's got no left front fender, no hood on it. He's trying to salvage the night, trying to get as many points as he can. But right now, the battle is for the lead. Ace is all over the back bumper of Kevin, trying to steal one. Both looking for their first wins on the season. The bottom is working for now. When does Ace decide to go to the high side? He's pretty committed to the bottom lane. Kevin makes the mistake. He goes up the racetrack. Here comes Ace to the bottom. Kevin drives in deep, kind of chops it, makes the mistake, goes up the racetrack. Here comes Ace to the bottom. Side by side for the lead, side by side for third, for fifth. They're dead heat. It's going to be a dead heat at the line. Last time, Ace was side by side with somebody. He was on the outside, and it was the finish for race one. He's going to try to do the same thing, but on the bottom. Kevin's committed to the outside. Here goes Ace now, falling back to second. Kevin back on the high side. Seems like the track's still better. Bottom 1 and 2, top 3 and 4. Kevin's so good. That car has been so hooked up every night that when it's really tacky, he struggles because it's got so much rear drive like we talked about before. This track, you need all the drive you can get because it's so slick. And right now, that car is driving perfect for him. He's kind of moved to the top to the middle there. Not fully committed as high as Kevin. But then they're still battling for the third spot. 10 in the 21W and Terry Williams in the 27. Here comes the 51. O'Brien running the outside. He gets to the outside of Williams. They touch a little bit down the front straightaway. They got bumpers, might as well use them. Mark Davis dropping back quite a bit. That could be big for the points. Kevin Brown still leading. Mark Davis is trying to make up the spots. Well, Kevin out front. This could change everything. Next time by, it's going to be the white flag. Kevin Brown won the heat race. Comes out, race 3. Track's been to his liking. That car has been perfect for him all night long. Looking for his first win on the season. Kevin Brown, final time off of turn 4, gets the Macadoodle Superstock feature win. We finally finished the night 11:01 finally. So that is going to do it. Kevin pulls down into the Gardner Construction victory lane. So thank you, race fans, for all coming out on this hot summer night. Thank you for all the drivers for racing, putting on a great show for you guys. Fireworks show. Hopefully you guys all did enjoy. 11 o'clock it ended, so a little bit earlier than what we've been used to. Thank you to Show Me Dirt on YouTube. Have a full race replay here later in the weeks. Kevin Brown climbing out of the car now. He can hear you. Everybody give Tim Day a big wave and thank you for putting on the show on the golf cart. We're going to have golf cart races, Tim. So once again, thank you all race fans for coming out. Really deeply appreciate it. Be seeing you guys here soon. July 17th is the next one. So we'll be hopefully seeing you guys all next time.